Thomas Jefferson's legacy is one of great contribution and great controversy. Although he was one of America's founding fathers, his greatness is tarnished by the contradictions surrounding his morals and political beliefs. Jefferson's reputation is debated by historians, and some even label him as one of the biggest hypocrites in history because his views on slavery disagree with his practices. However, amid all of the speculation and debate, it cannot be denied that Thomas Jefferson was a key player in the development of the United States, and the recognition he has received is definitely deserved. Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743, near present-day Charlottesville, Virginia. His father was a successful surveyor and a planter, and his mother's family was very prominent in Virginia. He graduated from the College of William and Mary in 1762 and went on to study law, beginning a practice for himself in 1767. As a member of the Virginia House of Burgesses from 1769 to 1775, he was known for his reserved manner, but he was very impactful. He designed and built his family home, Monticello, himself, because he was very much an enthusiast of art and architecture. Selected as a member to the Second Continental Congress, Jefferson was tasked with writing the Declaration of Independence, which would eventually be agreed to and signed by the members of Congress on July 4, 1776. One of the greatest contributions to liberty, the Declaration of Independence still stands today as a symbol of freedom, not only for Americans, but for people around the world. One of his personal greatest achievements, at least in his own eyes, was still yet to come. As a member of the Virginia House of Delegates, he authored the Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, which would eventually be adopted in 1786 and became the precursor to the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Along with these two accomplishments, Jefferson himself saw his third greatest achievement as being the father of the University of Virginia, which he founded in 1825. These triumphs are featured on his headstone, which he left specific instructions for upon his death. He was sure to point out the events that he wanted to most be remembered by. Jefferson's legacy, however, cannot be ended here. His contributions to America go on. Jefferson served under George Washington as the first Secretary of State and later as Vice President to John Adams. Amidst a heated battle between the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans, Jefferson won the presidential election of 1800, becoming the third man to serve in office for America. Not long after taking office, Jefferson arranged the Louisiana Purchase, which effectively doubled the size of the United States, and he then sent out the famed expedition of Lewis and Clark to discover and chart these new lands. Jefferson won re-election in 1804 and decided to focus on keeping America out of the Napoleonic Wars in Europe. However, he chose not to run for a third term in 1808, and the War of 1812 with Britain soon commenced. Jefferson died on July 4, 1826, on the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the historic and greatly impactful document that he authored. Because of all of his great achievements, Thomas Jefferson is an American icon that is featured on Mount Rushmore, the nickel of U.S. currency, and he even has a monument dedicated to him in Washington, D.C. However, there is still controversy surrounding his name that continues to be debated today. Although he was always a supporter of the abolition of slavery, Jefferson himself owned hundreds of slaves, which he used on his plantation at Monticello. Although he wrote that all men are created equal in the Declaration of Independence, he believed that blacks were inferior to whites and they could not coexist in a free society. This fact is what many critics of Jefferson focus on when they claim that he was not the great leader of America that most people have come to know. Along with this criticism, it is believed by many that Jefferson also fathered children with one of his slaves, Sally Hemings, although there is no conclusive proof to confirm or debunk this theory. Although many see Jefferson as a hypocrite when it comes to hot-button issues like slavery and race relations, it cannot be denied that Jefferson's legacy is still filled with contribution after contribution to America. The memorials and honors given to Thomas Jefferson are more than deserved because he truly was a great founding father who helped grow the nation during its infancy.